כל השונה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בן העולם הבא. People who learn it, as we know that Mishnah that we daven every day, those that learn the two mitzvot deoraita every day, Be'ezrat Hashem, they're zochel לעולם הבא. All right, so the two mitzvot today are sponsored Lui Nishmat for Marat Rivka Bat Masuda by her son Asav Bahar. Also לרפואת שלמה לכל עמו ישראל ובכללם לחיה בת לאה, and also יוסף בן רחל, רפואת שלמה מהירה בעזרת השם. וגם ליאורה בת שרה בעזרת השם. Good, if you're staying here, then we throw them in without charge. Anyway, if you want to sponsor, please, you know how to reach out. Mitzvah number Kuf Heid 105. Mitzvah נתינת מחצית השקל בשנה. So we have a mitzvah deoraita to gather every year מחצית השקל, right? This year it's called this day, since we don't have the Mikdash, we do zecher למחצית השקל. You have to be very careful when you separate it, also not to say those words. zecher למחצית השקל must be said. It's not real מחצית השקל. Why? The moment you said מחצית השקל, it's kadosh LaHashem. The money is not allowed to be used for nothing. It cannot even be given to a bet midrash. It's going to be a problem. If you say מחצית השקל, nobody's allowed to use it anymore. It was allowed to be used only in Bet HaMikdash. Now, what's the purpose? שייתן כל אחד מישראל מבין 20 שנה ומעלה, בין עני, בין עשיר, מחצית השקל. Every individual in Am Israel, whether he's doesn't matter, poor or a wealthy person, must give that amount of מחצית השקל only. שהוא משקל 10 גרם כסף. It's approximately, the rabbi says here, definitely 10 grams of silver. And I don't understand. If Chinuch said 10 grams, I don't know where the rabbis today are coming up and jumping up. No, it's 9.6 gram, 9.3 gram. Here, Shehu Mishkal 10 gram kesef. Case closed. The Chinuch has already made it very clear. So many rabbonim, because take a look at the sugya. What is Machatzit HaShekel? How much is it? Approximately, it's 9.6, 9.7, 9.3. Machlokot left and right of Dachronim. I don't know why you need that. What did Rambam really mean? Rambam said this. He didn't say grams. Obviously, Rambam didn't use grams. He dirham. What's dirham exactly? Here, the Chinuch teaches it so quickly, and we talk about Rishon. We're not talking about somebody 100 years ago, 200 years ago. We're talking about 500 something years ago. He says, Rambam, that's halacha, 10 grams. Stop it right there and stop making me crazy. Every year I get this. Every year I go to this rabbi, this bini, this. Stop driving me nuts. If I have Chinuch tells me it's 10 grams, close your eyes. It said 10 grams silver. Don't come into all the machlekot. Bechlal shena liyad akohanim, right? שהוא משקל 10 גרם. בכל שנה ליד הכהנים, שנאמר, you must give the 10 silver grams value in monetary today, right? To zecher l'matzot shekel. But in those days, there was no option. So today you have Marama, you have so many, even Rishonim, they actually argue what is zecher l'matzot shekel. And okay, that I can understand. But that does it really mean the $50 coin in America, in Russia, half a silver, whatever, half a ruble, whatever it is, right? Or in Israel, machatzit shekel, they have half a shekel. So many Ashkenazim actually are they're very lenient, and they'll say no, it really means the half a coin of the Medina, of the land, and therefore they which everyone does all like it. But what I'm talking about here is that's Faradim. We have accepted on ourselves it's 10 grams of silver. Right? Machatzit shekel, where most Faradim shuls, they're charged $7-8. Whatever the coin, whatever silver is worth in the market, you take 10%, 10 grams, and finish. What do you make chachomot? There's no wisdoms. No playing games now. It's really 9.6. Here. So, and you have to give it to the hand of the Kohen every year. Why? Shnimar, it says a pasuk in Shmot, Perek Lamed, chapter, pasuk Yud Gimel, 13 pasuk. This you shall give all those who are being counted off. Over means passed by, ala pekudim, meaning passed by on counting. Whoever is counted of Am Israel, and which said already, it's 20 years old and on, right? Anyone 20 years old and on, those are being counted. For them, we give the machatzit shekel. והיו מניחין הכל בלשכה אחת שבמקדש ומשם היו מוציאים לקנות תמיד ומוספין לכל קורבן הקרב על הציבור. So what was the purpose of this mitzvah? The main reason of this mitzvah, only reason. These money were allowed to be used only anything that was pertaining for a community. Again, every Jew were participating. No, so we had tamid, korban tamid, right? In the morning and at night. for the community. Then you had הקרבת על הציבור. So, מסתמה, קטורת, anything, ונזככם, anything that you need to buy wine, והמלח and the salt, שמלכים בו את הקורבנות, that they were salting the קורבנות, ועצי המערכה, also they would buy the עצי מערכה is a special wood that was making that was fire 24/7 in Beit HaMikdash, 24/7 all the time. So you had to buy that. Velechem hapanim, the cost of levin hapanim, the community had to pay. Besachar ha'oseh lechem hapanim, those that are making it, you have to pay them. The Kohanim, as we discussed already, they were very stringent, right? They didn't want anybody else to know the secrets. They were the families. Okay? V'ha'um omer, you have to go and cut the omer, right? All the expenses, you have to, whatever it is. Ushtei alechem, right? Upara adoma, as we know, there's a big thing. Bese'ir ha'mishtalech, what about the goat that was the sacrifice, whatever that means, right? Vilashon shel zehurit. I don't know what that is. Some kind of tongue of zehurit. All right. Sorry, I don't know. But whatever. Anything that pertains in the maaseh of korbanot for the community, you buy with this money. Okay. Mishosha mitzvah. What is the purpose of this mitzvah? The rabbi says, "Sheratza Kadosh Baruch Hu letovat kol bnei Israel v'lezichotam." HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted the entire nation to participate, everybody, and to give the merit to each individual to be participating in this aspects of the tzibur. Meaning, one person cannot come, a rich guy, and says, "I'm going to pay this year. I'm going to give all the tmidim," and he utters this out of his mouth. We tell him, "Thank you very much. How much is that? $10 million. Hey, give us the $10 million. Thank you very much. We'll use it in the lishka for other things. It cannot be used for the what's his name? We cannot say I'm sponsoring the bit. That's not allowed. Everybody. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted everybody to be participating in it. Everything that pertains to service in the Beit HaMikdash on behalf of the entire nation, throughout the whole year, it must be participated by every Jew. As we said already, all that's mentioned here, Echad ani, echad ashir, doesn't matter. Man, poor man, rich man, doesn't matter. שווים במצווה אחת לפניו להעלות זיכרון כולן על ידי המצווה שהם כלולים בהם יחד לטובה לפניו. As we know, constantly, the Yetzer Hara, the Satan, is always mikatreg, and he's always trying to cause harm to the Jewish nation. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses these kind of mitzvot, like right now, he's gathering from everybody the Matchatzit shekel, and he actually defers it, as we know, the famous thing by Purim, right? Why Kadosh Baruch Hu gave us, the question is why Hashem gave us Matchatzit shekel, like in Rashi over there, the first time Matchatzit shekel is mentioned, right? Why did Hashem give it to you? That mitzvah, Rashi says, it's too bad Kadosh Baruch Hu was perso, what the Amalek, the Haman is going to use to purchase all the Jews. Hashem saw that Amalek is going to pay I thought we made a cheshbon, like 3 loads of plain full of silver. Imagine yourself, 747 full of silver. This is 10 kikarot of kesef, 10,000 kikarot of kesef. We're talking about pure, you have 747, Boeing 4747. 3 of them, I think, was loaded. We calculated that of silver. This was the purchase of the Jewish nation. Haman so HaKadosh Baruch Hu says Rashi on the spot over there that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to precede this. So to be a shield against harm by Satan that he was going to use with this Amalek's plan, HaKadosh Baruch Hu therefore gave us this mitzvah to prevent the future calamity. So again, as we say, that's what it is. All the mitzvah that we're talking about, and again, people sometimes we are lax in tefillin, lax in tzitzit sometimes. So when you learn it, one of the things we said, we're learning halachot tefillin. Why do I care who wrote it, how you wrote it, which ink to use? Why do I need to know all these things? Very simple. When you learn the Torah, you are actually giving. It's like you're giving a shield that HaKadosh Baruch Hu puts around you. Your tefillin will not be pasul, but just by learning it. By pronouncing it, you're learning that what makes tefillin kosher. You go through all the halachot tefillin. That's why we encourage you here to come. That's going to make sure your tefillin and mezuzot and sefer Torah will not be pasul ever. Why? Because everything that we do, that we are going yoytze, we're going out of our way, and we're toiling in it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses that elements that we perform by this mitzvot. He actually extras that and puts it as a shield for us. constantly. It's amazing. Not just for us, the entire nation. Okay, now there's a lot of mitzvot over here. The one guy is hold you up to Zman. It goes a little bit later. So this mitzvah, the discussion, I guess, we already discussed that we have to be very careful with the Machatzit HaShekel. How you pronounce it today, not to have this problem. Okay. So this mitzvah is in the time of Beit HaMikdash. שחייבים לתת אותם כל ישראל בין העומדים בארץ ההוא או חוץ לארץ. So all the Jews everywhere, all over the world, even people who live in America, if there was such a thing in Beit HaMikdash, must send the money. That when they start collecting this money, we have a what's his name? The rule is from Rosh Chodesh Adar. From Rosh Chodesh Adar, the Gabayim were going around and gathering the money. You know, they had big what's his name? Big carriages going around and collecting this much money. Obviously, you're talking about the entire Jewish nation. How? Just think about it for a second. One time, the Gemara says in one place, one time there was so much prosperity in the Jewish nation, we had just in little towns 190 million people. Okay? You can imagine each one giving little how much silver are we talking about? How much silver they had to bring into the Lishka? Yeah, Baruch Hashem. Am Yisrael was not, that's why they say, the tzibur, the community is never poor. Right? The community is not allowed to treat. That's why people are asking me all the time, Rabbi, what's this halacha? If a poor man becomes, if a rich man becomes poor, we have to, and he spends $100 to $1 million a month on himself every month. Now that he became broke, I have to spend that much money. The community has to gather that much for him. Yes, that's halacha. The halacha is the rich man who became depleted of all his riches. Well, if he used to spend $1 million a month on his livelihood, a community is obligated to sustain him. Why is that so? Very simple. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not give you money for yourself. None of us. None of us have our money for ourselves. Never. There is no need. You have zero need for the money. Why you have it? To pay the bills, to sustain the community. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu always does that. It's always balanced out. The question is how you use it, and obviously that is a difference in the world. Okay. Well, that's a ושלא בזמן הבית אין חייב בה אדם ואפילו העומדים בארץ. Nobody is obligated this mitzvah today because there's no Beit HaMikdash. However, in olden days, when there was a Beit HaMikdash, a person who went ahead and says, I'm not giving, he says, listen, Am Yisrael is rich, what do you need what I'm going to participate?
But now we don't give the same, what do you mean?
What?
Why we don't do Shekel?
We do Zecher Matzah Shekel. Right, but I'm saying, we're not obligated. Today, if you don't do it, it's okay. Nobody's going to, it's not a B'tel said. There is no mitzvah d'oraita today to do it. We do it Zachar Machatzit HaShekel because we want to honor Hashem and we love His mitzvot, therefore we do it. Okay, but the Jew in the olden days when there was Beit HaMikdash, when every Jew participated, and this guy says, I don't want to. The Jews have a lot of money, I don't want to be. I don't want to be involved. כן, חס ושלום, ביטל עשה, ועונשו גדול שפירש עצמו מן הציבור. Wow. He says over here, this is called the best way to separate yourself from the community. What it's going to cost you? It's going to cost you half a coin and 10 grams of silver. You separated yourself from the community. It is the worst thing in the world to be not counted among the community. Ve'eno bichlal kaparatan, and therefore, chas v'shalom, he will not be included in their kapara, meaning the forgiveness one. Hashem, finally, Mistama Yom Kippur is going to have a problem. Yom Kippur is a communal forgiveness. We're all being forgiven because we're a community. So long as we're a community. What does Gabbai says on Yom Kippur before the Filat Arabit? Gets up a Gabbai and what did he say to everybody? Yeah, we have a rule in Shulchan Aruch. Gabbai gets up before we start davening on Yom Kippur. He pronounces. What did he say, Terry? Come on. What does he say? The Gabbai. As soon as before Arabit, when he get up, the Gabbai has to get up and say something. What does he say? What? What? That's right. The Gabbai gets up and he says, please, my Jews, my fellows, let's forgive each other. Huh? No. Yom Kippur, there is no Be'urachum. So before we start Kal Nidrei, the Gabbai gets up and he says, please, everybody, let's forgive each other. It's Shulchan Aruch. It's brought down. It's supposed to be done. Every shul does it. That's why, because we're all community. So we all become a community. And now Yom Kippur has a power that Hashem throughout Yom Kippur forgives us. As long as we're all one community. All joined. Okay. Mitzvah number 106. So it says, Mitzvat Kiddush Yadayim V'Raglayim B'Shat Avodah. There is an obligation that Kohanim, when they come to Beit HaMikdash to perform the service, they have to do Kiddush Yadayim V'Raglayim. What was that in the time of Moshe Rabbeinu? It was amazing. This mitzvah was performed with what? As we see, Moshe Rabbeinu was very, very delicate. He was very tzanua and he was very humble. What happened? When he said, we need to make, what's his name? He said, bring me all the jewelry. What did the woman presented them? Right? Because the jewelry really belonged to the man. Even the woman who was wearing that beautiful, what do you call that ring that my wife is asking me already? By next year she wants me to buy her. What is it called? 20 years. It's an eternity ring. What is it called? Yeah? The one that has diamonds all around? Eternity ring. Rabbi, she tells me, I don't know how you get it. I don't know if she'll get it, but she tells me, you better get it for me. She gave me 2-year warning.
You better get something.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You better get me that ring, the eternity ring, right? So even that eternity ring, let's say I get it for it, belongs to me. Well, you gave it to her. Okay, very nice. Everything belongs to the man in the house, right? Okay, good. Some lady's gonna go crazy now. So,
Don't say that.
Yeah, it does belong. Everything belongs. Yeah. They already excommunicated me from all the chats over here. All the ladies threw me out. This crazy rabbi. We can't handle them. Okay, whatever it is. Baruch Hashem. So now, anyway, so what did the woman give? The woman gave at the time of the gathering of all the jewelry and the gold that they needed. Woman gave only one thing that belonged to them. What was that? The mirrors. What is it made out of? The mirrors in olden days were made out of copper, very much polished, and you could see yourself through. You don't need the mirror today with silver paper in the back. The whole lot. They had copper plates, shine to the zeh, and you could see yourself, and that's how they beautify themselves. So now Moshe Rabbeinu saw this copper. He saw. Imagine you have 600,000 men, 600,000 wives presented him with this plate of silver, with the handle, those mirror shape, right? That's how and you have 600,000 of them. What are you going to do with it? Like Moshe Rabbeinu is like, man, yes, what am I going to do with this? He says, it's not sanua. Women are, and it's going to remind us, if you're going to look at it all the time, you're going to say, oh, this is what's going on, this is what women are using it for. Moshe Hashem told them, you know what you're going to do? You're going to make a kiyor out of it. You're going to make a sink out of it. The sink will be the Kohanim. Look at this beautiful thing. Rabbi Moshe, you have to start practicing. I don't know how you're going to do it. This time you're flexible. Like this, look at this. They have to go into the sink, is like the sink standing. They open the sink, and at the simultaneously, their hands and their legs are being washed. Amazing. This mitzvah. This is the Kiddush simultaneously. How are you going to manage it? I'm like, do me a favor. Those Russian guys, like they hop with their legs, right? Those guys, how they? I'm just looking at them like, why you guys do that, right? So imagine the Kohanim have to be crouched in such a position that he's going to be washing his hand and his leg, and not to get his body wet also, because he has ketonit. Rabbi Moshe Cohen, you have to start working on yourself. I don't know how you do it.
I was running in a hotel in Italy. The shower was on top of the toilet.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, Italians. Forget about it.
The shower was on top of the toilet.
They press for space. That's what. So you have to stand up and stick yourself in the toilet. The water should go. Rabbi Moshe.
We have to sit. Take shower.
It's a dikim. Anyway, so let's finish it up over here. Now, what's the Mishloshei Mitzvah? Let's see what is the Mishloshei Mitzvah. The purpose of this mitzvah, it says. Let's just quickly read the pasuk. The pasuk says over there in 30th chapter in Shmot, pasuk Yutet, "V'rachatzu Aaron ubanav mimenu et yedehem ve'et raglehem bevo'am el ohel moed." The Kohanim should wash the Aaron and his sons wash their hands from the sink, et raglehem, and their feet as they come into ohel moed to perform the service. Or begeshtam el hamizbech, or at least, right? I guess maybe another time they did it right before they went to the mizbech. Whatever it is. So he tells us now, what's the purpose of this mitzvah? So obviously, the rabbi says over here, the main thing is to be the magdir, to sanctify the place. And therefore they had to make something special. But noeged. So we finish up with this. Noeged is madabayit. This mitzvah is in the time of the Beit HaMikdash. Bezorchai cannot be but only male kuna, not the woman, cannot be using and washing. They don't have no obligation to that. They're not allowed to do any service in the Beit HaMikdash. Ve'over alea ve'lo kidesh. So now ladies gonna go crazy with me. Oh, they're not allowed to serve. Why is a woman kohen less important than a man kohen? Do me a favor. Talk to me later about it. Ve'over alea ve'lo kidesh yadav v'raglav shacharit. If somebody, chas v'shalom, a kohen, came to Beit HaMikdash and didn't wash his hands and legs in the time of the service, or שיצא מן המקדש והסיח דתו וחזר ועבד בלא קידוש, or even somebody who washed his hands, now he came out and he didn't pay attention how careful he is. If he came back started to performing the job without washing his hands again, chayav mita b'ilei shamayim. The punishment is he will be killed by HaKadosh Baruch Hu Rabbanan Litzlan. Ve'avodato psula, and everything that he performed has to be nullified and it has to be done again by a different Kohen or by himself, Ben Kohen Gadol or Hidyot. Shem Rachem Aleinu. We should know when to do things. Let's thank ladies that let us come to here to learn. Ezrat Hashem, help us out to come here and learn. And Hashem should give you a Shabbat Shalom. And so stay tuned for announcement if you're on the WhatsApp or for Shur for men and ladies. Which place? I don't know yet. Shabbat Shalom.